What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Ilunga Makabu versus Badou Jack, and this was a 12-rounder for the WBC Cruiserweight World Championship, and this fight was Sunday, February 26th from the Diriyah Arena in Diriyah, Saudi Arabia, and this fight was broadcasted on ESPN pay-per-view. And in this fight, Badou Jack completely shocked really all of us who were watching this fight, predicting this fight, whatever. I mean, he shocked me certainly. I mean, he was able to stop Ilunga Makabu in the 12th and final round to become the new WBC Cruiserweight World Champion. So my official prediction on this fight was for Makabu to get a close points victory over Jack, but my gut was telling me that Jack was going to get the job done. But I just couldn't go with it. My brain was telling me Badou Jack's 39. He looked terrible against Richard Rivera, but I mean, I guess you should always go with your gut because Badou Jack completely dominated this fight. Leading up to the stoppage, this bout scored 108-99 in favor of Badou Jack. I really thought he won almost every single round. And just to break it down round by round, or actually before that, just comment down below how you had it scored leading up to the stoppage. But in the first round, Makabu, he was going to the body a bit, but then I thought there were some nice rights upstairs from Badou Jack, so I gave him the first round. Round number 2 was a close round, could have went either way in my opinion, but I still edged it a bit to Jack because he landed some nice shots upstairs again, those little straight pop shot right hands. Then round number 3, I gave it to Ilunga Makabu. He started throwing with much more power to his punches and was landing heavily, and it was a nice round for Makabu. Then in round number 4 was a big round for Badou Jack. He was able to drop Ilunga Makabu with a nice right hand. I mean, Badou Jack's leg was a bit outside of Makabu's leg. It was like right over it. So I mean, it was a bit of a trip there and then knockdown in the 4th round. But still, there was a right hand landed. Makabu went down. And he had he wasn't complaining about the knockdown, and it stood. So it was a valid knockdown in the 4th for Badou Jack. Then round 5, again, I mean, I just thought that Makabu was just getting countered a bit and outworked by Badou Jack and was missing a lot of his punches. Then in the 6th round, I actually gave this round to Ilunga Makabu. Makabu was a bit more aggressive in this round. He again, just like that 3rd round, had more conviction behind his punches and was just throwing more heavily and landing more and much more active. However, round 7, 8, 9, and 10, this was the sequence that Makabu had to win. I mean, he had to win all of those rounds leading up to it, obviously. He had to really get the job done in those rounds and really pick it up, but he did not. I mean, there was a few rounds in there that were close, specifically like round 9, maybe round 8. I mean, all of them were fun rounds where both of them were actually exchanging a lot, countering each other a lot. But in all those rounds, I just thought that Badou Jack had the crisper work. His shots were more effective than Makabu. Makabu would come forward, maybe land a few shots here and there. He might miss 10, but land 3 out of those 10, you know? So, I mean, yeah, I mean, the thing is, Makabu was very inaccurate, very ineffective overall, I guess you could say, and inconsistent in his punch rate and work rate in this fight. But as for Badou Jack, I mean, he was very consistent, would land the jab a lot, had a decent punch landing percentage. I mean, overall, it was a very solid performance from him, much better than his last fight. But then where this fight started to even heat up even more in the 11th round, where Makabu really was trying to land big shots on Jack to turn the fight over. Ilunga Makabu got caught with, I believe it was a double right hand combo. He put his hand down for whatever reason, I think it was. I didn't even know. It was like 2 right hands from Badou Jack. And then there was an opening in Makabu's guard, and then another right hand was landed sort of like to the side of the jaw from Badou Jack that bounced Makabu back into the ropes and down on the canvas. So it was a very nice shot from Badou Jack. So that was yet another knockdown. Then around number 12, Ilunga Makabu's corner told him he had to go for something big. So he was really wheeling away at his punches in the 12th and final round. But then he got caught with a big right hand, got wobbled back into the ropes. Badou Jack landed multiple combinations on Ilunga Makabu, and the referee waved it off. So this was a massive win for Badou Jack, now a 3-weight world champ. So this goes into question, what is next for him? So for Badou Jack, obviously the first question is he could have a rematch. Badou Jack was going into this fight, I believe, as an underdog. Ilunga Makabu was the champ going into it, so who knows? We could possibly see a rematch, since Makabu, especially as well, was a long reigning, or not long reigning. I guess you could say he was long unbeaten going into this fight already. So it's like there was a lot of, like, I guess you could say, build up to this fight in terms of that Makabu was undefeated in his last 10 fights, hasn't lost since 2016 going into this one. And then Badou Jack was obviously the big name going into this, former light heavyweight, super middleweight world champion, testing at 200 pounds, fighting for a title. So, we could definitely see a rematch between these two. But if not for a rematch, we could possibly see Badou Jack take on number 1 WBC rated contender Noel Javor, or we could possibly see Badou Jack face Thabiso Mchunu, who did lose to Makabu by split decision in their second fight, which was Makabu's last fight before this one, and that was a fight that I thought that Mchunu won. Or who knows, we could possibly see Sergey Kovalev take on Badou Jack. That'd be a very interesting build-up of two guys who did good at lighter weight classes, light heavyweight for Kovalev, and 168 obviously, 175 for Jack. So who knows, that could be definitely a possibility because Kovalev is high ranked by the WBC in the cruiserweight division. But really, any of those fights we could see happening, even the rematch between these two. But for Ilunga Makabu, if they don't do a rematch, I really don't know what's next for him. I believe he is a Don King fighter, I'm pretty sure. So he might get put onto one of those cards that they've been doing. He might get a little win here and there, or he might get a couple wins at a decent level, maybe top 15, top 20 in the cruiserweight division, before getting himself right back in there in the title picture. I know he's still considered, obviously, a top 5 name in the cruiserweight division, but if he doesn't get that rematch, we could see him have a few lower level fights before getting right back in there with those top guys. So overall, Badou Jack drops Ilunga Makabu twice en route to stopping Ilunga Makabu in the 12th and final round to become the new WBC Cruiserweight World Champion and to become a 3-division world champ. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.